Alright, we've talked about for loops in JavaScript, but what if I told you there are other loops that are a little sneaky, a little weird, and super useful when you need them? Today we are talking about while and do-while loops, two of the most underrated tools in your coding toolbox. By the end of this video, you'll know when to use them, how they work, and I promise they're easier than you think. Plus, we'll write some cool code together, including a mini random number generator that stops when things get too lucky. Hey friends, Saeed here from Elite Tech Club. First things first, what is a while loop? A while loop runs a block of code as long as a condition is true. Think of it like this. While the coffee cup is not empty, keep sipping. Once the condition becomes false, the loop stops. Here's an example. This starts at 1, checks if count is less than or equal to 5, and keeps running until count becomes 6. Then it stops. Now here's a cousin of the while loop, the do-while loop. This one is a special. The do-while loop is a special because it always runs at least once, even if the condition is false from the start. Here's an example. This will keep asking the user to type yes until they actually do it. Regardless of the user input, the code runs once before checking. So why do these loops exist when we already have for loops? Here's the thing. While loops are perfect when you don't know ahead of time how many times you'll loop, or you're waiting for something to happen, like waiting for data. Let's see some examples. Let's start with a while loop and a basic counter. I'll declare a variable, let I, which is initially 0, of course the variable name is up to you. Then our while loop. Here comes the condition, while I is less than or equal to 5, print a message in the console.log, and while loop number, we concatenate that with the counter. And never forget to update the counter, otherwise we will get stuck in an infinite loop. I++. Okay, here I'll save it and let's see. Let's go to the console tab. Here you see while loop number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Of course, it makes more sense if we start from 1, and here you see the result. And yes, this could be also done with a for loop, as you see it here, but it's good practice to understand this pattern. Now, let's see an example where the while loop really shines. That's a random number generator that constantly generates a number between 1 and 100, and we would like to stop whenever we get a number above 80. I'll comment out these lines, and we need two variables, one for our random number without initialization, so it will be undefined, and then the number of attempts, which is 0 and will be incremented after each iteration. Then our while loop, we want to keep looping, so while true, and here our random number should be set. So math.floor, math.random multiplied by 100, and since we want to include 100 as well, we add 1. This line generates a random number for us. Let me zoom out a little so we can see it. Then we should increment the attempts. We print the number of attempts as well as the generated random number. So attempt, and then the variable, we'll print the random number here, and if this random number is greater than 80, we need to stop. So here we can use break. And as you know, break immediately exits the loop. In the previous video, we explained it in details, break and also continue. Before we break, let's also display a message. We got a number greater than 80. Copy. Okay. I'll save it, and here you can see the result. There's also an unnecessary colon here. Let me remove it, but yeah, before saving that, let's check out the current result. So the first attempt, we got 66, next one 49, then 65. In our fourth attempt, we got 84, and then here you see that we got this message because in the fourth attempt, we got a number which is bigger than 80. If I save it one more time, you see that now it took more attempts. So in our 15th attempt, we got 86. So before that, we got 64, 33, some random numbers, 40, 30, 21, and so on. Here we don't know how many attempts it will take to get a number above 80. So a while loop is perfect. You could get lucky on the first try or be stuck forever. Kind of like debugging sometimes. Now let's see an example for do while loop. I'll comment out the previous lines. So I'm going to ask the user for an input and wait for them to enter 0 to exit the loop. Otherwise, the loop will keep continuing. Our variable user input is initially an empty string, and then our do while loop. Here is our code block, and after that we check the condition while user input is not equal to 0, for example. And in the end, we log exited the loop in the console. And here we want to get that input from the user. So user input, and here we have a special method in JavaScript. It's called prompt, which shows a dialog to the user and asks for an input. Enter 0 to exit. I'll save it, and okay. Here you see that it says enter 0 to exit. If I enter 5 and then press OK, it displays the dialog again. But if I enter 0 and then press OK, you see that now it's gone, and here we also see that message in the console. See how it always runs once? This is perfect for scenarios when you want the user to interact at least once before checking conditions. One common pitfall when working with while or do while loops is the infinite loop. So I'll comment out this code and go back to our first example. Here, forgot to write this I++ and never update our counter. Let's see what happens. See that it keeps looping until
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Moral of the story: always make sure something inside your loop is moving you closer to making the condition false. Otherwise, your computer might start to smell like it's thinking too hard. Alright, your turn. Write a while loop that starts at 50 and keeps subtracting 7 until it's no longer positive. Log each step to the console and add a fun message to the final line when it hits 0 or below. Post your code in the comments. I'll pin the most creative solution. So there you have it, while and do while loops in JavaScript. While loops run as long as the condition is true. Do while loops run at least once, no matter what. They're great when you don't know how many times you need to repeat something. If this video helped you finally understand while loops, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, keep coding, keep looping, and stay awesome.